Assalamu alaikum friends. I am Areeb Rashid and welcome to the reality of Jesus and Christianity episode 1. So in this episode I'll prove that Jesus is not God, and I'll prove that Jesus is not the last messenger of God. So let's begin. In Matthew chapter number 7, verse number 15 to 20, it says, "Be wary of false prophets. They appear to you like sheep, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. You can identify them by their fruit. Do people pick figs from thistles or grapes from thorn bushes? Similarly, every good tree produces good fruit, while a bad tree produces bad fruit. A good tree is incapable of bearing bad fruit, and a bad tree is incapable of bearing good fruit. Every tree that does not produce good fruit is cut down and burned. As a result, you can identify them by their fruit." Now, in this verse of Bible, now I want to question the Christians. If Jesus, peace be upon him, is the last messenger or final messenger of God, why is he telling me this method? Or why does this verse of Bible is telling me this method? So let's go to our next verse of Bible. Let's go to the John chapter number 5, verse number 30 of Bible, which says, Jesus is saying, "By myself I can't do anything. I judge only as I hear. And my judgment is just, for I seek not to please myself, but him who sent me." I want to ask this question from Christians. If Jesus is God, why can't he do anything on his own? So once again, I only see him as a human, so he can't be a God in this case. Let's read another verse of Bible. In John chapter number 8, verse number 29 to 29, which says, "So Jesus said, when you have lifted up the Son of Man, then you will know that I am He, and that I do nothing on my own, but speak just what the Father has taught me. The one who sent me is with me. He has not left alone, for I always do what pleases him." So let me ask this question from Christians. Why should Jesus, peace be upon him, act in such a way that the Creator or God will be pleased? If he is a part of God, or he is already a God, he doesn't need to please anyone. People must act in such a way that pleases God. However, if this is the case for him, then he must be a prophet. So let's come with another verse of Bible, which says, Acts chapter number 3, verse number 13, which says, "The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of our fathers, he glorified his servant Jesus." The verse says, servant Jesus. How can I refer to Jesus as God when here it says he is a servant? There are numerous similar verses like this. In other verse of Bible, in other chapter of Bible, in Acts chapter number 17, verse number 31, which says, "For he has set a day when he will judge the world with justice by the man he has appointed. He has given proof of this to everyone by raising him from the dead." Once again, he is described as a man, as a human. Let's come up with another verse of the Bible. In Deuteronomy chapter number 5, verse number 6 to 10, which says, "I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. You shall have no other gods before me." Once again, I see there is only one God. Another verse of the Bible in Deuteronomy chapter number 6, verse number 4, which says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one." In Islam, in Arabic, it refers to La ilaha illallah, means there's no God but Allah. So even in Bible, this same thing is written. Even in Islam is same. The one I just talked about, Deuteronomy chapter number 6, verse number 4. It says, again let me repeat this. It says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one." So the Arabic expression for this is La ilaha illallah, which means there is no God but Allah. Once again, I only see that there is only one God. So let me ask the Christians this question. So what does Moses, peace be upon him, says? "Hear, O Israel, for the Lord your God is one." Although Moses, peace be upon him, says in this verse, "Who you also accept as a prophet," there is only one God. Is it possible to believe in the Trinity conflicting Moses? That's my question to the Christians. Again, let's come up with another verse of the Bible, which says in chapter number 23, verse number 19, it says, "God is not a human, that he should lie, not a human being, that he should change his mind. Does he speak and then not act? Does he promise and not fulfill?" According to this verse, God is not a man and he cannot lie. Let's come up with another verse of the Bible. In Hosea, chapter number 11, verse number 8 to 9, which says, "I will not carry out my fierce anger, nor will I devastate Ephraim again. For I am God and not a man." So it means God is not a man and he cannot lie. And if God is not a man, then how come Jesus is a God? Because Jesus is also a man. He's a prophet sent from God. So he cannot lie. So once again, I only see that Jesus is not a God and he's not a son of God. And also I also see that he is one of the messengers of God. He is not the last messenger of God. Prophet Muhammad is the last messenger of God. So in conclusion, I want to say that I just proved that Jesus is not God and he's not son of God. And he's not the last messenger of God. So these all verses point at one thing, that Jesus is not a God, he was the messenger of God. And that there is only one God, not three. So my question is this. So these are the questions from you, all of my Christian friends. Please comment down in the comment section, and these are all questions to you. You can answer me in the comment section down below. So I already proved that Jesus is not God and Jesus is not the Son of God. And also, if Jesus is God or if he is the Son of God, why didn't he mention in the Bible that I'm God, worship me? Jesus never mentioned these words. He never claimed that I'm God, worship me. I'm God, I'm Son of God, or worship me. He never claimed this. He never said. How come do you believe in the Bible? I mean, you do believe in the Bible, then you're not even obeying Jesus, peace be upon him. If you are obeying him, then I must say that you will believe him as a prophet and a messenger from God, not believe him as a God. Because he never claimed that he's God. And these all verses point out that he's a man, he's a prophet of God, he's the messenger of God, and he cannot be a God. So I already proved it, and so thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next episode of the reality of Jesus and Christianity.